Hello everybody. I have a bunch of videos on my channel where I show all the fun and cool things I do to my hair, like wearing it in a faux hawk, or playing around with temporary color, and trying out different combinations for wash and goes. But most of the time I wear my hair very simply, and so I thought I would jump on here and show you my go-to style. As I've said before, I generally style the front separately from the back, so that's what I'm doing today, and that gives me some versatility. This also helps to reduce tension around my hairline as well. The back of it is pretty simple. I just tend to throw it in these two Dutch braids here. Recently I was doing French braids where you cross the strands over instead of under the middle loop, but today I decided to do Dutch braids, cornrows, just to change it up for a little bit. I started off on freshly washed and conditioned hair. I did not detangle it, however, since I had just had my hair in braids, and I just wanted to give my hair a little bit of a break before I went in with a comb. So just finger detangling only, and you will see that does make parting a little bit of a struggle later on when I'm parting and braiding it. But I just figured that that would be best for today, and then the next time I wash my hair, I will definitely be putting the comb through it to make sure I get all the shed hairs out. But sometimes when you're just doing a simple style like braids, you really don't need to go in and make sure you can run a comb through every single part. It just needs to be pliable enough for you to part it. I used my jojoba oil leave-in spray from Silk Elements as my leave-in, and then I went ahead and used hair grease to finish the style. If I'm doing a wash and go, I might use a totally different combination, perhaps the custard, but since I tend to wear my hair in braids most of the time, I've been experimenting with doing different butters and greases. And the cool thing is I've been learning that unlike oils, grease is actually safe to put on your scalp, so you can go ahead and do that, and it is not going to cause any issues. The specific grease I'm using is from the Blanc brothers. I'm going to put an infographic up on the screen here. You can read a little bit about them and just pause the screen to read that. I'm only going to be using a little bit for each section. Grease is pretty heavy, so I just want to make sure that I am not too heavy-handed with it. Just want to keep it light and put my hair in braids, and then I'll probably keep it in braids for a couple days and then take the back part out, wear it as a braid out, then rebraid or wear it in a bun until the end of the week, and just keep the front part in these twists here so I can have, like I said, a little bit more versatility with the style. Probably as a result of the bleach and just because of the fact that my hair is so coily, I am generally prone to a lot of single strand knots. I'm hoping that once I get the damage off of my ends that issue will subside, but in the meantime I found that it is better to keep my hair braided up when I am not going to commit to doing a wash and go, because that just makes everything smooth and easy. It doesn't take long to do, it looks good, and is suitable for any occasion. So you can see that is me done here. I'm just checking in the mirror to make sure everything looks okay. And I'll probably pop a couple pictures and video clips of how it looks like throughout the rest of the week. A very simple, easy style, doesn't take much time to do, and can be gently restyled without too much manipulation until my next wash day. You know I like to pull my hair back when I'm going out, so that's what I've done. Just put a scrunchie on here, very nice and loose, and I've got a flower in the back to add some elegance to it. My necklace, my earrings, decided to wear an actual little ring today, and a bracelet. And pinned this with actual bobby pins so it kind of invisibly disappears into the hair, but yet it doesn't flop in my face if I bend forward, because nothing annoys me more than having to fix my hair constantly throughout the day. And it's very distracting too when you're trying to talk to somebody and they're constantly playing with their hair. So that takes care of that issue. This one I've tucked behind my ear, and I could have it forward. That looks cute as well, but behind my ear just kind of shows off my face on this side. And then this one is just kind of hanging down, and it follows the flow of the twists. Just wanted to pop on real quick and show you what I do with my hair when I am at home, because I cannot stand having it in my face, so I just clip it back out of the way, and that takes care of that. This is my hair styled to go out. After a while, my braids just don't fall the way I want them to, so that's easily solved by pinning them into a really cute updo. I just twine the braids around each other, tuck them under, use bobby pins, and then I actually took the top part of my hair, since I didn't want it all in my face, and tuck that back and pin that down as well. To finish it off, I then put a flower to hide all the pins and barrettes that are holding the back together. Here's some shots of it from either side as well. I added some little accessories just to decorate the two twists that I did opt to keep hanging in my face. And instead of going with any kind of dangly earrings today, I went with small earrings because I wanted something shiny that complemented the outfit I was wearing, but anything that was dangling was taking away from the round silhouette that was being created by having my hair in an updo today. So I went with much less conspicuous earrings to bring the whole look together. I'm also including this picture from about a year and a half ago because I just wanted to illustrate how much my bangs have actually grown out, despite the fact that it feels like they have been stuck at the same length since I cut them. I really did love how they looked when they were short, but I am ready for them to be beyond this weird stage where they're not quite long enough to not be considered bangs, but long enough that they are starting to kind of get in the way, and I'm having to find creative ways to pin them back all the time. The way I've styled my hair today is I kind of gave myself kind of a swoop bang here with the mini twists in the front. I added a little butterfly to complement the purple outfit that I am wearing. And I actually retwisted these. These were in braids, and I put them in rope twists, and as you can see, I secured with an elastic to just give it a little bit of elongation as well as a different feel. I will say my hair feels super soft, incredibly touchably soft, and that is definitely due to the grease here. And then at the back, I have gone ahead and put my hair in a disc bun. I was thinking about doing a low pony, but it didn't quite look right, so the bun is my backup, and I think it worked out pretty nicely. I just got done riding my bike, and I will tell you what, going 3 miles up and down hills in 85-degree weather that feels like 92 because of the humidity is no joke. Now I could just stay like this since I have a day off today, but we have company coming, so it's time for an outfit change. As you can see, an outfit change goes a long way to taking a hairstyle from drab to fab. Now, of course, we're not going to just stick with what we have here. No, we're going to change it. But this definitely helps. Like, I could put it up and it looks halfway decent. First step, taking this down. Let's see, this is kind of my braid out from yesterday that has been in a bun. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and take out everything. So I feel like this dress gives me really Grecian vibes, and I want my hair to kind of match that same vibe. We are on our way to being great, but I'm not quite where I want to be yet. My plan is to do a nice little half up, half down. So let me just kind of figure out, let me take these out, and since they're twists, they just will come apart pretty easily here, which is nice. And then, I don't know, do I want to kind of leave one down, pull one up? I think I'm gonna pull everything up from the front here. Everything's still feeling pretty soft. The back is starting to get a little dried out, which is fine. I'm just gonna rewash my hair tomorrow anyway. Not rewash, re-wet. I don't have to go through the whole shampooing process. Okay, so, I mean, this is kind of a vibe, but it's not the vibe that I want. So we're just gonna, I guess I could kind of, I don't know, just leave this alone for now. I'll figure out what to do with it later. All right, how much of this do I want to get up is the question. Separate that a little bit there, because the tricky part is doing the half up, half down without making it look too puffy at the back. I feel like this one needs to go up. Okay, how we doing? How we doing? I think it's coming together quite nicely. Pull that one up. And this one, ooh, there we go. Oh, very nice. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to just leave it like this or do a little bun? I think I'm gonna just leave it like this. I mean, this is super cute. So I'm gonna make this nice and high. One of these guys. That should do it. I'm loving it, but I am just gonna separate a couple of the braids in the back to just kind of get rid of the middle part that is there. Could separate this one a little bit more. We'll take it. I don't want to do too much and then ruin the effect that I have going on. Okay, and then what to do about this. They're in my face a little too much, but I want to see if I can kind of just pin them back a bit. Yeah, I think that'll do it. I think that will do it. And I'm gonna tuck this one back with the others. This is a bit too long and it's not vibing. There you go. See, I look good with bangs. I look good with a little bit of short hair just above my eyes, but I just don't want it to be permanent because it takes forever to grow out and doesn't work well in styles. So as long as I can fake it, I think this works out pretty nicely. I kind of like this coming down here, so I'm just gonna pin it. Okay. Does that work? Yeah, I just added some very subtle earrings to enhance the look gently without taking away from the simplicity of the whole style. You can see that I added a nice bright red lip. It actually is a little bit brighter off camera, and that fits with the beautiful summer weather that we are having. Almost forgot about this guy. All right, that's the final look. This complements it so well. This is just something cute I got from Claire's, and it just fits right underneath. My half up, half down here at the back. And even though this look has my hair down, because of the crown and the half up, it kind of pulls my jawbone and creates kind of interest going that way. One of the reasons I love updos, because that would do that as well. But that gives me that without having to put all my hair up. I mean, I could, it would be cute. It's very hot outside. But I've had my hair up the last couple days, so it's time to enjoy it down. I'm wearing an outfit where even if it's rubbing against my shoulders, it's not going to have too much friction and therefore isn't too harmful to the ends of my hair. And then tomorrow I will probably either rewash it, re-wet it, and re-braid it, or put it in a bun. So I will check back in with you then and see what we do. Okay, I rinsed my hair. What I did was I just went in the shower and wetted it down and kind of finger detangled just a little bit to make sure I don't have too many crazy shed hairs, and then just put some leave-in conditioner in it, because when you rinse your hair, you do rinse away some of the product that was there before. So I just put a little extra leave-in conditioner. And that's actually how I used to do my hair for years before I realized I needed to shampoo a little bit more. I would just rinse it and put leave-in and rinse it and put leave-in, and well, it wasn't in the best condition. Now, ideally, I would like to just go ahead and throw this into a braid, but if I put this all in one braid, it will take 3 business days to dry. So what I'm gonna do instead is put it in a claw clip. But before I do that, I think I'm just gonna put a little bit of extra grease in just to keep this moisturized. Just gonna kind of split this into 2 sections here because that's easiest. And then I'm just going to take a little bit, just the tiniest amount of grease. You can see it's really a small amount. Rub that between my fingers and just put that on my hair, especially at the ends, which are the driest. So really get that in there, okay? I will say, I think that if you are wearing formal clothes or clothes where your hair is going to be out and rubbing on it, I don't think grease is the best option. Or if you're going to do anything where your hair is going to be touching something else, because then it's going to get greasy. And even if you're just using a little bit, grease is pretty potent. But if you're just putting your hair in braids or an updo, I think it is a great solution just to keep your hair moisturized while you have it put away. A wash and go would be fine too, because with shrinkage, your hair is going to be off your shoulders. And I'm just applying the grease in lieu of any other product. So if I would normally put like a butter or a gel or a custard or another leave-in conditioner here, I am just putting the grease instead, because I've been experimenting with grease recently. I keep trying to make it work for me. And I have the Nature's Blessings grease, but it's too oily, so it makes my hair feel gritty. And so far, this grease has not been making my hair feel gritty, so I like that. For whatever reason, oils just make my hair feel gritty, and serums and this grease seem to make it just a little bit more smoother, which I like. Okay. So that is all of my hair moisturized with the grease. And I wanted to just kind of leave out some little bits on the side. And then I'm just gonna put the rest of it up. The peacock twist is when you take your hair, you go like this, and you just have it at the top. And then to secure it, you're just gonna take a clip. You can go higher or lower depending on what you want. And that's it. And I tend to find that it makes like a little bump for me right at the top here, which I don't love. I'm gonna take a bobby pin and just pin that flat. I might actually have to use 2 bobby pins. Yeah, I'm gonna use 1 more. There we go. All right, so then, and I've accidentally left this guy out. Did I never finish untwisting this one either? Well, that sometimes happens. Okay. So I guess this can be like this. And then for these, they are not going to define super well with just grease, I don't think. So that's where I'm gonna come in and use my curling custard. You can use this on top of the grease, no problem. And just finger coil. Okay, and this one is not quite going the way I want. Let me try twirling it the other way because it is not giving me the coil that I want. Yes, there we go. Do you see how that is like nice and not like twisting up weirdly? Sometimes it does that. If you don't go in the direction the coil's already going, you're working against the natural pattern of the coil, and so then it comes out strange. And then this, whatever, this can just stay down there. And I'm just gonna put a tiny extra bit of grease because these are out and I want them to stay moisturized. And I am not gonna worry about trying to define them or anything because they look really good right now. So I don't want them to be crispy. They're just gonna be like this. And that's it. It's a super simple style. This is going to allow the base of my hair, the sides, and this part right here to start drying. It's still going to be wet later on, but then when I go to braid it up, it's going to be a little bit more stretched, and hopefully it will dry a bit better once I put it in the single braid, because if I just put it in from when it's super, super wet, it's not going to go so well. Now it's time to take this guy out and take the bobby pins. And this is where we're at. You can see it's shrunk a little bit and it's still damp here, but it's not super wet. So usually I kind of let it dry for another 30 minutes and then I'm gonna come in and braid it up. Okay, come through shrinkage. Look at my curls. They look so cute. But I just love my natural texture. Like, you see how, like, this is what something looks like if it's defined, and this is what it looks like if it doesn't. And I honestly prefer the fluffy look. But I don't want this to get tangled, even though the ends do feel so, so, so soft. So it is time to braid this up and then keep it really simple for tomorrow. Too small for me to braid it, so then we twist. Just gonna see if I can tuck that inside there, and that's it. Super, super simple. If you want this to be super flat, you could put a scarf over it overnight, and yeah, there we go. Well, then tomorrow all I'm gonna be doing is tucking it up like so. And I'll use bobby pins probably just to make sure it doesn't pop out. And that's it. It's a very simple style. I'll just throw some earrings on and we're good to go. But that way it isn't taking 3 business days to dry. I pinned my hair up and now it's time to just kind of make this look just a little bit neater. I think it's okay as it is, but since it's humid today, just to combat the humidity just a little bit more, starting with some leave-in conditioner. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this twisting butter in. Last but not least, my boar bristle brush. And I'm just gonna smooth that in. I don't think it's good to brush your hair all the time, but when I want to just kind of sleek it back a little, this is a good tool to have it on hand. And it is raining today. It's much cooler, but that means lots of humidity. And then if I try to define these, they're just going to be so short that this doesn't want to go back with everything else. So I'm just going to clip it back. And I think I need 2 clips to hold this in place. Okay, yeah, it kind of gives me just a different look. This part at the back wants to stick out, so that's again where bobby pins come to the rescue. I'm just gonna kind of weave it in here. And then sometimes what I do is kind of stick the bobby pin kind of underneath the rest of the hair. If it shows a little bit, I'm okay with that. As I often do, added some earrings to elevate the look. You can turn any simple style into something really stylish by just popping on some jewelry, makeup if you want to. But I like these because they are similar to another pair that I have that are much lighter, almost yellow brown, but these are much darker. They complement my summer tan, and they kind of disappear sometimes against the clothing from a certain angle. So they're subtle, but they elevate the look more than if I didn't have them at all. I like to do styles right before I go out because, again, humidity, so I try to pick something that is not going to take me more than 30 minutes. Usually my styles take me 5 to 10 minutes, if that. That's it, super simple. We made it to the last day. Tomorrow I am going to reset my hair, but this is where we are at. It's basically the same style as yesterday, but instead of pinning it, I have actually used a scrunchie to keep everything together here. Sometimes I just do that because it distributes the weight differently. With the pins, sometimes you can feel them and that's a little uncomfortable, and I just don't want to wear pins twice and have them pulling at my nape area, so that is what I'm doing. And then because it's such an extremely simple look, I pulled everything back. That's where earrings and these little accessories come in, and I think they just look so cute. And that's it. That's my look for today. That's pretty much how I wear my hair on a weekly basis. A lot of times when you see me doing an elaborate style, it's like a midweek style and then I'm resetting the next day and popping it back into braids, or it's for a special event. Other than that, I try to be as low manipulation as possible. For me, these count as low manipulation styles because I am not re-wetting my hair every single day or doing excessive parting or anything like that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.